Okay, it's Saturday morning. I mentioned something about Dad's old service truck, so people are asking questions. Yeah, they're metrics now. It used to be 750/16s on it. I'm not sure what size is on it now. Maybe 245s. 10-foot flatbed. Purchased from the dealer at the same time the cabin chassis was. Yes, she is very dirty. She has been in here for a while. But look, the inside ain't bad. Not sure which seat this one is. It's like the third or the fourth. He always put a big hole over there and leaned against the door. It is mostly original. So the seats have been changed over the years. Replaced the cam and lifters, timing chain. Well, speedometer messed up for a little while, so it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 120 to 160,000. Has one scuff. Old man used to work for us years ago. He turned around behind the shed here across from where my trailer is, and the rotavator was sitting there with the shaft off of it. Have the tractor half the shaft off, and that's where the square end of the shaft hit when he turned. That is the only, other than you can see the little warpage on the door from the mirrors, that's the only mark I know of on it. Even got the original grill, hasn't been punched out of it yet. Oh, what else? I think we changed the cab marker lights. They finally rotted out, bought new ones. The only other thing, when Mom and Dad got this, it's a 1977. It's got a 350, a 4-speed, 456 rear ends. Dad gets it home and he's working on it, putting the bed on, and Mom looks at it and says, "That's not right." This post here was a different color blue. So it went back into the dealer because, hey, that ain't right. It don't match. The dealer even went back to the factory and they couldn't figure out why. It's supposed to be Hawaiian blue. It's not supposed to be anything else. So that little strip got repainted at the dealer on the factory's dime. Let's see. The rear end housing has been broken for years. Railroad tracks in and out of Hillsboro, I'm sure, did a number on that. Probably a couple of dead furrows in a couple fields that snuck up on him. The issue with it now is, I don't remember which brake it is. One of the rear brakes is froze up, and I don't have time for it. Number 2 wanted to fix it up, and she hasn't gone anywhere toward doing that. And for those that want to know, that one replaced mine. And my last one was a 94 Chev crew cab dually, 4-wheel drive. This is a 2-wheel drive, by the way. Yeah, toolbox, almost everything that's on that pallet was on the back of this truck. Those were new wheels we got for it because we had trouble. The old ones made for tubes had an oblong stem hole, and we had a couple of them we had trouble running tubeless. But, they still sealed up, so we never did change them. Oh, yeah, speaking of number 2, there's a pan underneath her car. all the BS we went through because we couldn't figure out where it was losing water. Yeah. Water pump. Filled it up this last time. It sat here and run for half an hour. No leaks, no nothing. Got up to temperature. She took it to town the next day. Yeah, it was a little bit warm when she got home. Not much water left in it. So that was one of my suspicions that I really didn't want to find out, but that's all right. Better a water pump than a cracked block. Let's see. Got the little baler out of here yesterday. We didn't work a full day. We really should have. Should have got some stuff done, but I've just been too sore to get very far. I mean, I get her out in the morning and get the feeding done, get a few things done, and come lunchtime, I'm having a hard time getting back out of the house. Wanted to get started on this thing yesterday. Number one stayed the night here again. Her and number two are in Grandma's basement where it was nice and cool. She says, I'll be up early and get on that. Yeah, I see that. I mean, I'm out late. It's almost 7 o'clock. But hey, look, the sun's shining. Birds are flying. If you can see some on the line there, all those white bellies. There's a few orange bellies over there. Let me see if I can find them. Maybe you saw them. I can't find them. They're up there, trust me. Couple calves in the wrong place out here, so we got to listen to the serenade most of the night. Yeah, it happens. Of course, one of the calves had a really squeaky voice last night that's back there. Wigged out Mom's horse, Fancy. So she was being wacko. And I guess I'm going to have somebody go out there and see why there's a cow out in the horse pasture now instead of just a couple of calves. Noticed that this morning. Hopefully she figures out how to get back without taking fence out. Fed bales yesterday, 4 of them. The one bunch, they're going through a bale in about a day and a half, trying to make them 2 days. This group will go through 3 of them in a few days, so don't need to be feeding this much all at once. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video or not. The rebuilder working on their irrigation pump. Yeah, they wired it for 460 and we don't have 460. We got 230 volt. So they got to peel part of the dip off the windings so they can get into the wires and unhook the wires and hook them up where they need to be hooked up to get the right voltage. Sorry, that part's kind of over my head. I mean, I can probably figure it out. I imagine it's a matter of where the voltage goes into the windings, being they just got to move them. But they got to peel it and then redip it after they change them. And I think it's time for breakfast. Yeah, I'm an hour late. They'll get over it. Won't you there, Grumpy? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, we had a couple friends over last night too, so it was a little bit of a relaxing day and evening. And supposed to be 100 plus today, so I think one of them's going to come back and maybe help us with a little bit of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. It was good to see him. Haven't seen him in person for a long time. Visit with him on Messenger all the time. Just don't get to see him. Oh. All right. If I get something done before it gets too hot, I might get you some more later. I'd like to get some of the big baler getting done, but I don't want to get too long of a video, and we're already at 10 minutes, so we'll see what I do Well, thank you for watching, and if this is the end, please hit the like and subscribe. Why? Because Bottle Boy and Grumpy wants you to.